Went throw it blind in my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up.
Thanks, Coach. A bit of a sloppy track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears.
Right to the 3. Great.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Nice job by the defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On 2nd and 9. Newton. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's first and 10, right at the 40.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Great. 20. 51.
Out of the gun, Newton. And this is Gabriel on the catch. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there, 2-yard gain.
So many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Quick the edge. Come.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton being checked, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
That'll go for only 17 yards on the punt, and the Lions will take over.
At their own 20-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And he won't get back to the line of scrimmage this time either, as they stop him behind the line once more. He'll look to throw. He's going to air one out, and that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This will be fielded at the 17. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Gun. Hey, switch gears.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Newton to Gabriel, middle of the field. 3 catches now this afternoon, the same number he had all of last week. Also, it's a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On first down, Newton. And he completes it to Cohen. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
It's 3rd down and 13.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. From the gun, here's Newton. Looking deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Oh, a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Kerryon Johnson, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Here we go.
He'll drop to throw. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Now Newton. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get it.
Here's Newton. That is caught by Cohen. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a third down. We're scoreless after one.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Newton on third down. And Robinson with a big catch. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
To throw on third down, Newton. Robinson's got it. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Well, he made that catch knowing full well that at the end of it, he's going to catch a pretty good lick.
I guess if there's anyone on this team that can absorb a pop, it's him. On second down, Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Those shoulders went from parallel to square, and then he brought force with him to finish that run. Oh, that's impressive.
And we saw a lot of that a week ago when he got the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
On 2nd down now, it's Johnson. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
3rd down.
On the double. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Back to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack able to record his 5th sack of the season.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. To throw is Newton. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
On 2nd down. It's Cohen, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime, but the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Fielded at the 20. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet, trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Here we go.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. James has got it. Complete. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Let's go.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down. Newton now. Only one pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10.
At the 17-yard line.
Hey! Mike 40. Big stop.
Here's Newton. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he'd just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
Now Cohen. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And maybe getting a little too cute there on the punt return. Sometimes they forget paramount holding on to that football.
I really do believe most of the return guys think to themselves, when I get the ball, I'm going to make the play that's going to change the game.
I'm going to break it.
I'm going to break it. And you love that they have that attitude, but your point is so well taken. What do you have to do? First and foremost,
hold on to it.
Take care of the football. That's all he needed to do.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. 2nd and 10. Flush, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Akeem Hicks able to get him for a loss of about 3. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Watch QB field. Watch QB drop. Check 3. Let's go. Hustle. 53 is the Mike. 53 is the Mike. Here we go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. That's taken on the 25. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, this from 34. Prater's kick is good. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And maybe time for this offense to really hit the reset button. They were shut out in the first half, but still, they're right in this game.
They certainly
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. But the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for. Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
He'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Khalil Mack make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. He's got a 1st down past the 30 and all the way up to the 31-yard line. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the 1st. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Newton. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. This is Cohen. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. This one into the hands of Burton. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
16-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James. 3rd down here.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
12 yards on the return that time. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Gun. We got 25 to Mike. Here we go, D. All day, defense. Get it.
From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. And he's got Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 1st down for the Bears, a gain of 15. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
On 2nd and 10, Newton. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Crunch time. 51 to Mike. You're not ready.
The shotgun snap for Newton. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. It'll be just an 18-yard punt.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Mike 53.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. They're going to look to throw. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Akeem Hicks picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Looking around the league from Raymond James Stadium, they're in the 3rd quarter in Tampa. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To throw again, Newton. He's got Burton here. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it seems almost effortless.
Damon Harrison, the one on the stop.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Watch the shit.
On 2nd down now, McManus. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we play 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They'll keep it on the ground. McManus. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears 1st down. The running game continues to be a big part of their success here early in the 4th quarter.
And with those types of runs, that tells you they feel very confident in their running game. They feel very strong at this stage of the contest, and they want to keep doing exactly what we saw there, running the ball down their throat.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. 1st quarter, Charles, you really emphasized the importance of winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. They haven't forced a single turnover in this game.
And right now they're losing, so no turnovers might lead to no victory.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the 1st. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Oh, it's a jet sweep. Here comes Miller. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. Steps away toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Out of the gun, Newton. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal.
They got the completion, but they didn't get the 1st down, so you got to think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're pretty happy with what you just accomplished there.
Yeah, like you said, got him out of bounds, stopped the clock, kept him short of the marker. Same story continues. He's the only one that scored for them, their kicker, with all the points.
So now when we hear the chants of MVP, MVP, they're definitely aimed at him because he has been the only guy who's put points on the board in this game.
Kickers are always either the hero or the GOAT. So far, he's definitely the hero. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
53's the mark. 53.
They'll set up the throw. He gets this one to Johnson. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Jim.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. James has it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down. Back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They'll look to throw. And he's got some space here. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Throwing deep for Galladay. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll drop the throw. He'll get this one to Galladay. 20, 10, touchdown, Detroit. Kenny Galladay, his 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to pull a bit closer. They'll try and throw for it. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. Newton on first down. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked by Tracy Walker. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. 2-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Johnson's got it complete. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be a second down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. 2nd and 6. Throw in deep for Galladay. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kenny Galladay. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Hauschka with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, it's very close, 1-score game.
Man, if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 47-yard line.
Ready? Step 180. Watch the pass. Muncie, 89. Great.
On 2nd and 9, Newton. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. He's got his tight end, Burton. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. First down, a run with Cohen. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
20.
They try again with Cohen. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Rush in.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Newton to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack. Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Johnson. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. On second down, it's Johnson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. On your team. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
They'll look to throw. Gets it to Strong. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
Don't get nervous. Check 52. Shoot. Yo, motion. Hey, watch it. Check.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. To Johnson again. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. Now Hausch can attack on the extra point. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do,
and that's caught inside the 35. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Detroit, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.